Councilman Collenberg.
Yes?
My name is Godot Villefort.
Ah, you.
I take it the captain's told you about me.
Let's move to another location. This isn't the place for our discussion.
The more I look into you all, the heavier it weighs on my heart. I know what you're doing is morally questionable at best, but I can't help but understand.
Then why not leave it at that? Kindly stop looking into us. We chose this path in order to move forward. I'd appreciate if you continue your missions under Amleth, especially if you care for your country.
I intend to.
We don't need anyone's sympathy.
Alright, guess save our progress. I'm guessing we're going on to Chapter 5 now. So we're already halfway through the game. And who knows how many hours I've actually put into this. You know, counting the on-screen and off-screen time of playing. I'm actually kind of curious to check it out once we get the opportunity. If we get the opportunity today. I'm hoping we do. But yeah, looks like we're moving on to Chapter 5. They close the notebook. Yep, the fragment settling score was as a notebook. I'll do something cool. Then we'll move on. Rochelle?
This is a true story.
Yes, you told us that like 10 billion times now.
The retreat at Glotzen forced the Traitors to proceed to the next operation immediately.
At last we come to the great battle of Kavaltis.
Chapter 5, Journey North. Alaska? Or wait, in this case, what would it be? Let's see... Actually, I don't know. I don't know where this part of the area is based up, you know, based on Europa. Because in case you guys have forgotten, this world is set in an alternate timeline of Europe. So it's gotta be, the location's gotta be very related to one of the continents.
I have a favor to ask of you, Captain. I'm frustrated about the battle at Glotzen. So please win the next one for us, sir.
That's your favor?
Yes, sir. That's it.
You're a little close.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, the anti-war movement's gotten really vocal lately. They say an army who can't admit defeat is an embarrassment. That we should surrender to Ruse before it's too late.
Hans, what are your thoughts on our last battle?
Me, sir? I think I'm glad everyone here came out safe. To me, Vannergund is more than a unit. It's an inspiration. The anti-Valkyria squad is the face of Jutland's liberation. That's why I'm so happy you all made it back in one piece.
Oh no! Bridget, wipe that look off your face.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Yes, sir!
Don't worry about what anyone else thinks.
Goodness gracious, was that...
Did he just smile?
No way!
Wow, they really are not used to him showing his other side. Also, seriously, why is it with him not adding a question mark?
It. You should have said something sooner!
Ow! That hurts!
What are those things?
They're all so charmed by your singing, milady.
To be honest, it kind of creeped
It
me
is
out a little bit.
strange. I do not know the full extent of this magic. However, now that I am aware of it, I can feel it inside me. A power sprung from every breath and rising with each note. A power for fighting the Valkyria? Nay, not for fighting. 'Tis a spark of light and life, like the warmth of a newborn star. Does that make any sense? Judging by their expressions, it really does. Anyway, you sure have visited a lot of new places in a short amount of time. I am not exactly sightseeing. Of course not, but haven't you already experienced more than you ever would have otherwise? True. Even though they were under the Empire's control, every land I've traveled to had its own unique lifestyle. No matter how much Ruse took, the hearts of these nations still beat strong. It gives me hope for their liberation. That's one way to look at it. But even though the Rusy colonies are being oppressed, they'll accept it as long as they can keep their cultures. In other words, the Empire left their customs intact. For example, if festivals and holidays are left alone, people can let off steam and relieve their frustrations. And then, oddly enough, they start convincing themselves that the Emperor understands them. Some say that's why they've accepted a foreign regime. Claudius, that tyrant, he's downright insidious. Just so. Looking back on the history of Europa, tyrannical governments can only impose their rule by force for so long. Conquerors who disregard the traditional cultures of their colonies are inevitably overthrown by rebels and insurgents. Until we unmask the insidious nature of his reign, we cannot truly claim to have liberated anyone. Jutland has to lead Europa into opening its own eyes. Then you should sing to the countries you've liberated too. I beg your pardon? Music heals the soul and rejuvenates the people's spirits, including mine. Your Highness's voice could rally the whole world together. Thank you, Miranda. Now go on and sing. They've been waiting all this time. Indeed.
Next is Freet Eriksson and Violet Sand.
Figured you'd show up sooner or later. Heard you already met with Solomon.
Indeed.
You're a strange guy. You seek us out, but don't sling any criticism or support our way. What exactly are you after?
I honestly don't know. I just want to meet you all.
Well, as you can plainly see, I'm nothing more than a writer, an essayist. We each have our own jobs.
All of which aid you in your current endeavors.
More or
It takes
less.
an extraordinary amount of willpower to remain devoted to a single cause so thoroughly for 10 years.
After the orphanage burned, a teacher took me in. I spent my days in a house filled with books and devoured all of them. That's how I learned about the power of words. I eventually started writing for newspapers to see more of the world.
And then you went freelance?
Wanted to broaden my horizons further, that's all.
And did you?
There's still a great deal I don't know, but I like learning. It gives me something I can call my own. You know, I was initially opposed to the war. The 5 of us fought about it more than a few times. But eventually I came around. Our whole lives were erased. They tried to bury the truth, but they forgot to bury us. So we decided it was time to fight. But enough about that. Let me ask you, will you take action against us?
No. I have only love for this country. And I think I best serve this country by fighting alongside you all.
You're a strange man.
I won't argue that. Lieutenant Sand.
Oh. So you came. I heard about you from Amleth. I'm surprised you were able to find me.
It wasn't easy.
Why not use that determination for Jutland?
That's what has brought me to all of you.
It seems you know about us. Yet you don't try to stop us.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Captain, it's no use trying to stop him once he's set his mind to something.
Yes. It's no use trying to stop it.
For that very reason, I want you to continue. Your fervor will ensure Jutland's victory, and that is all that matters.
You plan to exploit us?
Not unlike how you're exploiting this country.
And we're prepared to accept the consequences for that. Ever since the day we decided to do this. Satisfied?
Yes.
You're an unusual person.
I get that a lot.
About time. Just be a glutton unless the Delta bullets morale. Just the other people else are handling it. New secondary weapons can now be developed! Yahoo! Okay. Doesn't matter if there's anything new. Do we have any brand new circles? Yes, we do. But how do we do this one is the question. Do we just meet at some random location? Maybe we gotta go to the bar. Either way, I think that'll be a good way to end the session. Just having a drink with our buddies, or something. I really gotta figure out where to go. That's the big issue. So let's just start from the top up. Nope, not here. Bard. Nope, not here. Then the last place would be the cemetery. Maybe the right side of the promenade. Let's see. Oh, I see Solomon. So maybe it is here. Yep, here it is. What are you doing here, Saul? I'm gonna ask you the same, Amleth.
This will do.
The councilman of the Royal Parliament and the captain of the anti-Valkyria squad. How far we both came. Quite a long way from crying about Baz and Vi stealing your glasses. I don't want to hear that from the man who was the last one to stop wetting his bed on at the orphanage. Hamlet, every so often, I think about the roles we've chosen. You risk your life day and night to fight this bloody war. But I only discuss my opinions in the safety of Parliament. I question myself, if it's truly acceptable to have only you put your life on the line.
It's not that.
People got something we're good at. What we do suits us best. Besides, just because your job isn't as bloody as mine doesn't mean you don't also put your life on the line.
Oh?
Isn't that so? We both have our own battlefields, but we share the same goal. Isn't that good enough?
That's correct.
I suppose it is. Now I think of it, you're not the type to talk. Conversely, I'd be the first to die in the field.
Yeah.
True. Still, it doesn't change that we both loathe the unreasonable and pursue our own sense of justice. Hamlet, out of the 5 of us, I'm most similar to you. I don't know about that. If there's anything troubling you, let us know. We may have different roles, but we're a family, ever since that day. I think you could ask then. Something troubling you already? Could you keep that one childhood fact to yourself? Hopefully Baz, Bi, and Fred already all forgot. You mean about weighing the bed? Very well. Weighing the bed doesn't befit Vanguard's captain anyway. Although I don't believe that Illustrator would ever forget something like that. I like how that's the thing he mentions. Well, we have the priority for rear support, and that he's supporting us because he's not actually ratting on us. But, okay. That was pretty good. But now I gotta actually create voices for the other, 3. Because now I actually get user voices when it gets time for circles. I mean, maybe Violet will be very easy. You know, there are in this game, but still, that's something to worry about. Alright,
What's the matter?
Send the
We've
HQ.
got a new assignment.
Oh, Captain, here's an urgent request for aid. We want to give ourselves an advantage with Ovaltis. The main force is currently on route to liberate it. Unfortunately, they're being overwhelmed by traps, ambushes, and surprise attacks. Retreat may be their only option. Having just lost the Glotzen campaign, we must do everything we can to win and restore People Jones' confidence. Is that an extra mission, or is that the main mission in question? Let's go check. Just out of mere curiosity. Main force have been engaged at the Ruse von School's Gorge Bridge. Okay, so yeah, that's the main thing. Just a bunch of other stuff. And I'll probably show those off if they pop up at next session. The battery on my charger is pretty much dead, meaning the fan is not going to be working any longer, so it's best to end things here while the time is right. So with that all said and done, guys, that's going to do it for this session of Valkyria Revolution. If you guys have enjoyed so far, of course, as always, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Share this video with your friends, should if you'll need to. And of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and join the Dread Knights, Amleth, Ophelia, the remainder of the 5 Traitors, and everyone else in the anti-Valkyria squad in their quest to liberate Cat's Glove of what was it called again? I'm trying to remember. Operation Ragnarok. Whatever the place was called. And see what Godo does with the information about the 5 Traitors. Because I'm very curious to see what he actually comes up with in his own time. But hey, until next time, this is Media.Vision signing out. Have a great rest of your day, take care, and sort of to MTU for the end card slate, and I'll catch you guys in the next session.